At my cousin's wedding, her ex-best friend screamed across the reception hall. Of course I set her up to fail. She deserved to lose him. Everyone froze mid-dance. I walked up to her slowly and said, "Thank you for admitting that. This whole room just heard you." She turned white as phones recorded from every angle. Within 24 hours, she lost her job, her own boyfriend dumped her, and her parents posted a public apology on Facebook to save their reputation. I'm not really a person who likes drama. I stay out of people's business and keep my own circle small. But when it comes to my family, especially my cousin Anna, I don't play nice. So when everything went down at her wedding, I didn't feel sorry for a second. The girl who tried to ruin her got exactly what she deserved, and honestly, I helped make sure of it. Let me explain from the start. I grew up in Asheville, North Carolina, just a few minutes away from my cousin Anna. She's always been more like a sister to me than a cousin. We were born a year apart, went to the same schools, spent every holiday together. Anna's always been the sweet one. She forgives fast, trusts too easy, and puts others first even when they don't deserve it. That's how Paige came into her life and stayed way too long. Anna met Paige in middle school. They were locker neighbors and instantly clicked. By high school, they were inseparable. Matching necklaces, inside jokes, trips with each other's families. They acted like sisters, but even back then, I didn't like Paige. She was the type of girl who always needed to be the center of attention. If the spotlight moved off her for more than 2 minutes, she'd do something to get it back. Anna didn't see it. Or maybe she didn't want to. Things got worse in college. They both went to UNC Chapel Hill. That's where Anna met Nick. Nick was a calm, respectful guy. The kind of man who asks your parents before proposing, who holds the door for strangers, who listens more than he talks. He and Anna hit it off during sophomore year. Within a couple months, it was obvious he was serious. He treated her like gold, and Anna was glowing for the first time in a long time. Paige hated it. At first, she played it off like she was happy for Anna. But she kept dropping little comments. "He's cute, but doesn't he seem kinda boring? You guys hang out a lot. Don't you think he might feel smothered? Just be careful, guys like that usually get tired of nice girls." Anna brushed it off. She always made excuses for Paige. "She's just looking out for me. She doesn't mean it that way." Typical stuff you say when you're too loyal to admit someone close to you is toxic. Then Paige started touching Nick's arm when she talked to him. Standing too close. Laughing a little too hard at things that weren't even funny. I saw it with my own eyes at a Thanksgiving party. She leaned over Nick to grab a drink, even though it was clear she was just brushing up against him. He looked uncomfortable. I pulled Anna aside that night and told her Paige was out of line. Anna said, "That's just Paige being Paige." But then something happened that we couldn't explain away. It was late in their senior year. Nick got an email from an anonymous account. It claimed Anna had cheated on him at a party during their junior year. The message included blurry photos, dark, low-quality pics that could have been anyone. A girl with long brown hair kissing someone in a crowded room. No clear faces. Just enough to cause doubt. Nick showed Anna. She was shocked. Said it was a lie. She'd never cheated. She cried for hours. Nick wanted to believe her, but the seed was there. They started fighting over little things. Trust broke down fast. A week later, he ended it. Anna was crushed. She dropped out of grad school a few months later and moved back in with her parents. She barely left the house. Stopped answering texts. Paige was there for her, bringing over wine and junk food, playing the best friend card hard. But I never bought it. The timing of that email was too perfect. Too targeted. And Paige just happened to be the only one not surprised when Nick and Anna broke up. I knew Paige did it. I just couldn't prove it. Fast forward 3 years. Anna ran into Nick at a friend's engagement party. They talked. For the first time since the breakup, they really talked. Nick told her he regretted everything. Said he always felt like something didn't add up. Anna didn't push. She listened. Then she told him about the depression, how hard it had been. She never blamed him. They started meeting for coffee. Then dinners. They took it slow. A year later, Nick proposed. Anna said yes. When she told me, I hugged her so tight, I thought I'd snap her ribs. She asked me to be her maid of honor. I said yes without blinking. She didn't invite Paige, but we did post the engagement photo on Facebook.
Public. Clear as day.
I made sure Nick was tagged, too. I was hoping Paige would see it. I knew she would. Sure enough, 2 days later, she messaged Anna directly. Wow, didn't even know you two were still in touch. Hope he knows what he's getting into. Congrats, I guess. Anna ignored it. Then Paige messaged Anna's mom, acting hurt. Said she just wanted to show love and support. Claimed she'd grown up. Said she missed their friendship. Anna being Anna, she cracked. Said Paige could come to the reception only, not the ceremony. Just a few hours to say hi and move on. I told her it was a bad idea. But she still believed Paige wasn't evil, just messed up. I kept my mouth shut. But I was ready. The wedding was in Boone, North Carolina, up in the mountains. Beautiful setting. Outdoor ceremony with string lights, pine trees, the whole deal. Anna looked like something out of a movie in her dress. Nick couldn't stop smiling. You could tell they were solid this time. Reception was in a big rustic hall. Food was great. Music was good. Everyone was dancing, drinking, laughing. Paige showed up about an hour in. She was wearing this tight red dress, more like a club outfit than wedding attire. Hair done, makeup perfect, and she looked smug as hell. Like, she thought she was going to steal the show. She made a beeline for Nick. He didn't entertain it. He stayed close to Anna, greeted guests, danced a little. I watched Paige get more and more irritated. She downed champagne like water. Stumbled a bit around the dessert table. Tried talking to people, but no one gave her much attention. Then she snapped. Right in the middle of the dance floor, right after the DJ switched songs, she screamed, "Of course I set her up to fail." She deserved to lose him. I swear to God, the whole room went dead silent. Even the DJ froze. People stared. Phones came out instantly. Everyone was recording. I walked across the dance floor, calm as ever. My heels echoed in the silence. Paige tried to look tough, but I saw the panic in her eyes. I stood right in front of her and said, "Thank you for admitting that. This whole room just heard you." Her face turned gray. You could see her soul leave her body. Anna stood beside Nick, holding his hand. She didn't say anything. She didn't need to. And that's when the real storm began. After Paige screamed her confession, and I called her out in front of everyone, the entire wedding shifted. No music.
No dancing.
Just a big open space filled with gasps, whispers, and people staring at Paige like she'd grown a second head. She looked around like she was trying to figure out what just happened. Her mouth opened like she was about to say something, but nothing came out. Then someone yelled from the back, "Did she just admit to ruining their relationship?" That broke the silence. The bride's side, our side, started murmuring louder. Phones were up, people were filming from every angle. Paige must have realized then that she was being recorded. Her face turned pale, then red, then pale again. She started stammering. "You don't understand. I didn't mean it like that." But no one was listening anymore. Anna stepped forward for the first time, slow and steady. She looked calm, but I saw her hand shaking. She looked Paige straight in the eye and asked one thing. "Why?" Paige didn't answer. Nick stepped beside Anna, didn't even look at Paige, just wrapped his arm around Anna's waist and said, "Let's not waste any more time on her." And they walked away. That should have been the end of it. Paige could have slipped out quietly, maybe salvaged a little dignity. But she didn't. She doubled down. She started yelling again, more defensive this time. "You don't get it. I was just trying to protect you from him. He didn't deserve you." People were booing now. Someone from Nick's family shouted, "You're sick." And another guest told her to get out before security made her. That finally broke her. She stormed out, loud heels on the wood floor, knocking over a chair on her way out. A few guests followed her out to the parking lot, phones still recording. Inside, the DJ put music back on. It took a while, but the room slowly came back to life. People tried to go back to dancing, but the energy had shifted. It was no longer a happy wedding vibe, it was something else. Like people had witnessed a live betrayal drama, and now everyone was buzzing with adrenaline. Nick and Anna sat down at their table while people came up, offering hugs and kind words. Everyone agreed on one thing: Paige had just ruined her own life. But it didn't stop there. The videos hit Facebook that night. A few guests posted clips with captions like, "Wedding ruined by psycho ex-friend," and "You won't believe what this woman screamed at a wedding." It spread fast. By morning, it was viral in our town. By noon, it was picking up traction statewide. Someone who used to work with Paige at a PR firm in Raleigh saw it. Turns out Paige had been bragging at work for years about how she saved her friend from a bad relationship. The video exposed that she was lying the whole time. She was called into HR. By the end of the day, she was fired. Officially, it was for unprofessional conduct damaging to the company's reputation. That night, her boyfriend, well, ex-boyfriend now, posted a status that said, "Turns out I was dating someone who lies for fun and ruins lives. We're done. Don't message me." He blocked her on everything. Then came the worst part: her parents. Paige's mom and dad are pretty respected in town. They've been part of the local church for years, always post pictures of family holidays and charity work. When the video hit, people started commenting on their Facebook photos asking, "Is this your daughter?" The next morning, they posted a long public apology. They tagged Anna directly. It said, "We are heartbroken and ashamed of our daughter's behavior. We raised her better than this. We extend our sincerest apologies to Anna, Nick, and both of their families. We are taking steps to address this privately and hope the community understands we do not condone her actions." I couldn't believe it. They actually threw her under the bus to save face. And Anna? She didn't respond to any of it. She just moved on. She and Nick went on their honeymoon to Lake Tahoe and stayed off social media for a while. But I didn't forget. And neither did Paige. Because a week later, I got a message from a burner account. "You think you won? You don't know anything." That's when I realized Paige wasn't done yet. When I got that message, "You think you won? You don't know anything." I laughed. Thought it was just Paige, humiliated and desperate, trying to save face behind a fake account. I blocked it. 2 days later, I got another one. This time it said, "Ask Anna what really happened at that frat party. She's not as innocent as you think." That one made me stop. It was sent from a different burner, no profile pic, just a bunch of random letters in the username. I didn't respond. I showed it to Anna. Her face dropped. She went quiet for a long time. Finally, she said, "I was hoping this wouldn't come back." Now, I've known Anna my whole life. I thought we didn't have secrets. But she looked shaken, like whatever this was had been buried deep. She asked if we could talk somewhere private, so we went out to the back deck of her parents' house. She lit a cigarette. She only smokes when she's nervous. And then she told me the truth. She had kissed someone at that frat party. Not a full-on affair. Just a kiss. It was during a rough patch with Nick when they were barely talking. They weren't technically broken up, but she admitted she knew it wasn't right. "He didn't mean anything," she said. I regretted it the second it happened. I asked her if she told Nick. She shook her head.
No.
And I never planned to. It wasn't worth destroying what we had. I just stared at her. Not because of the kiss. People make mistakes. But because the one thing Paige lied about had some truth to it. So I asked the obvious question. Did Paige know? Anna looked away. I told her the next morning. I was crying, and she said it was fine. That we'd bury it and move on. That's when it hit me. Paige didn't just make up that email to sabotage the relationship. She used a real moment. She waited, like a snake, until the time was perfect, then used Anna's own guilt as the weapon. It wasn't fiction. It was timed revenge. Anna started crying. She said she felt guilty every day since. That she wanted to confess to Nick before they got married, but was scared he'd leave again. I didn't know what to say. I hated Paige for what she did, but the truth was, Anna gave her the match. I stayed quiet about it. I figured, let them live their lives. Nick clearly loved her. Maybe some things are better left in the past. But Paige wasn't finished. She started popping up online again. New burner accounts every week. Leaving vague comments under wedding photos, messaging old college friends, hinting that Anna was hiding something. It was like she was trying to push someone into exposing the truth. Then, 3 weeks after the wedding, Nick's sister, Sarah, called me. She was furious. Apparently, she got one of the burner messages too. Only this one had something attached, a photo. That same blurry image from years ago, but this time, it had been cleaned up. Enhanced somehow. You could clearly see Anna's face. And worse, you could clearly see the guy. He wasn't just any guy. He was Nick's freshman year roommate. That photo hit hard. Sarah said she didn't want to believe it, but now she was stuck. I don't want to ruin their marriage, she told me. But if Nick finds out I knew and didn't say anything, he'll never forgive me. We were sitting on a bomb. I called Anna again. Told her everything. She sat in silence for a long time, then said, "It's time. I have to tell him." She didn't ask for advice. She didn't ask me to come over. She just said, "I'll talk to him tonight." And that night changed everything. Anna called me the next morning. Her voice sounded hollow, like all the life had been drained out of her.
He left, she said.
He packed a bag and left before the sun came up.
I didn't know what to say.
She told him everything about the kiss, the party, the years of guilt, how she lied by staying silent.
Nick didn't yell.
He didn't throw anything. He just sat there for a long time, then said one thing. "If you had told me the truth back then, maybe we'd still be together.
But now?
We built everything on a lie." And then he walked out. It broke her. But it didn't end there. Paige must have known.
Somehow.
Maybe she had a friend still close to Sarah. Maybe she was still watching Anna's socials with one of her fake accounts. Because the very next day, Paige posted a long, self-righteous rant on her public Facebook page. She didn't name Anna, but it was clear who she was talking about. She wrote, "Sometimes the truth comes out, even if it takes years. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't jealous. I was right. And some people owe me an apology." The comments were full of mixed reactions. A few of her old friends cheered her on.
Most people didn't buy it.
They knew how she'd acted at the wedding. That scream, the smug face, the way she bragged. But Paige didn't care. She finally got what she wanted.
She won.
Or so she thought. I was pissed. Not just at Paige, but at Anna, too. She'd kept a secret from everyone. She let Paige look like the villain while hiding the one truth that might have changed how we all saw things. I defended her with everything I had. I helped take Paige down. I lit that match. But now I realized I'd burned the wrong person. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I posted my own status. I didn't name names either. But it was enough. I wrote, "Lies don't become truth just because you're scared to face the fallout. I've learned that defending someone blindly can make you just as guilty. Loyalty without honesty is a weapon in the wrong hands." Anna saw it.
She didn't respond.
She didn't need to. We stopped talking for a while. Nick filed for an annulment a month later. Said the marriage was never real. That it was built on fraud. Harsh but legal. Anna moved out of state. Got a job in Denver.
Started therapy.
She's rebuilding, slow and quiet. Paige, last I heard, was working retail. Her PR career was over. No one in town trusted her anymore. She tried dating someone new, but he dumped her once he saw the wedding video. Even without being officially canceled, she became socially radioactive. As for me, I learned a hard lesson. Revenge isn't clean. It doesn't hit just the bad guys. When you light that fire, you don't get to control where it spreads. I thought I was defending my cousin. Turns out I was fighting for someone who wasn't fully honest either. I helped destroy a life, and even though Paige did awful things, I gave her exactly what she needed to come out looking partially right. So no one really won. But at least the truth's out now.
That counts for something, I guess.